Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Box Score Sports YouTube channel. On this clip, we're going to continue our NBA previews for the entire season. And today's team, or in this clip, we're going to be talking about Clint's team, the Milwaukee Bucks. So before we give our thoughts on the season, let us know in the comments down below what your thoughts and predictions are for the Milwaukee Bucks going into the season. Okay, Clint, let's get into our thoughts. So last year, the Bucks finished 48 and 34. They re-signed Green. They re-signed Portis and Porter Jr. and Gary Trent Jr. So both the juniors are back. They they added Cole Anthony and Gary Harris and Miles Turner, and they lost Connaughton. They waived Damian Lillard. They lost Brook Lopez. And that's about all the big names. So, Clint, going into the season, what is your biggest strength for your Milwaukee Bucks?
Well, it's NBA Cup champions.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My bad. I was actually going to bring it up. Nobody can forget that they did win the cup last year. And as far as I'm concerned, probably the biggest accomplished that any other team did last year.
Flags fly forever. So the strength of this team, the obvious answer is Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to have him. Outside of that is 3-point shooting.
Mm.
It sounds like, fingers crossed, the starting lineup will be Porter Jr., Trent Jr., and AJ Green.
Oh, good.
Which unfortunately took until, game 5 or 6 against the Pacers to play your best lineup. But I think that's the lineup they're going to start with. That's a really good shooting lineup with Turner in there too. Bobby Portis can shoot. Taurean Prince, limited minutes, can shoot. Cole Anthony, hit or miss. Ryan Rollins, another guy, he shot like 40%, lower volume. But I think the strength of this team is Giannis and shooting.
Yeah, I like it. How are we feeling about the other Antetokounmpo brothers? 2 of them.
As long as they don't play good. No.
Okay. That's good. Okay, perfect. My strength, I put front court. So Giannis and Miles Turner, and then you got the backup as being Bobby Portis. And now it sounds like even Kuzma might be a backup. I don't know if that's a pro or con. That's year to year, day to day, game to game. I don't know however you want to word it. But just with those 3 guys, I think they're interchangeable. I think you can move around. You can play small ball with Giannis and Portis. You can put Portis out there with Turner and Giannis obviously will start. I think that's really good to have that. And both Giannis and Turner are known for their defense, like shot blocking. Turner's a good shot blocker. Giannis is a good defender. So I think that's a strength as well, along with, having a player like Giannis with your shooting.
Yeah, and I think another strength will be like movement. In a few preseason games, you saw like Miles Turner, like always moves. Maybe he picked it up playing with the Pacers. Brook Lopez was like, if he picks and he rolls to the hoop, that's all he's going to do.
Right.
No beef against Brook. That's just what he did. He's slow. If he picked and popped.
And 40, right? Like he's 40, he can't move
he just stood there, which is, That's what he was for. But Miles Turner, like, will set a screen and run all the way to the other side of the court. There was a play against the Bulls where he set a back screen and then ran the whole baseline to the corner. So I think an underrated thing is his movement will be a strength.
I like that. Okay, weakness. What is your biggest weakness for the Bucks going into the season?
Outside of Doc Rivers would be wing.
Okay.
You don't have size at the wing unless Andre Jackson can do it or Kyle Kuzma, and that's scary to rely on. So you're going to be undersized at the 3. And I think, regular season might not show up that much because they might be able to just shoot themselves out of that problem in a regular season setting with Giannis, with Miles Turner, so on. But in a playoff series, I think unless Kyle Kuzma has, a resurrection of some kind to where he doesn't look like a spaz on the floor, it's going to be wing size against some of the better players.
Yeah, I like that one. I think like with Kuzma, it's like maybe a whole off season with the atmosphere of being around a winning team might help. He was in Washington for how long? It's hard with, and he's kind of always been an up and down player. My weakness is the playmaking at the guard position is a concern for me. Both your guards, Anthony and Porter, who are the two you're relying on the most right now, average 3 assists a game. They are not passers of the basketball, so that's another weight you have to put on Giannis, right? Where if you had someone a little bit better with the ball, with a little better ball movement and playmaking at the guard position, I feel like that could take a little bit of weight off of Giannis and more more free flowing offense. But I'm really, I don't know, I'm really concerned about the playmaking at that position. It's all gonna fall on Giannis. Basically, is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think that's another like playoff problem you will see. Because again, I think in the regular season you can disguise a lot of this with like quick screening. It sounds like they're gonna play a faster pace and just ping the ball around, which again works awesome in the regular season. But when you get into a playoff matchup against, let's just say the Cavs, and it slows down, then it becomes a problem when you have size to put someone on Giannis and he's got to pass it, and someone else then has to create.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe the Cavs aren't the best example because they couldn't slow the Pacers down. Maybe we'll see the Knicks, right? No, I'm just kidding, just kidding. But yeah, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Okay. Uh, Biggest question for the Milwaukee Bucks going into this season for you?
I think it comes down to, are they good enough for Giannis? Right? We had, all the smoke all off season. I don't think he gets traded during the season. I think if it's over after this year. But I think the biggest question is, can you be competitive enough this year that he wants to stay where you can move, you have access to 3 future first or pick swaps, so you can mortgage into the 2030s. But I think, are they good enough for Giannis to be like, okay, we have the bones of something here, and the Bucks can say, we could move Kuzma and Portis to get to a big enough contract and some picks to bring in, name a player.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how you keep this going. But if they have a sub 500 season, I think the question is answered, and it's probably thanks for 13 years. Start building the statue and all of that. But for me, that's the biggest question outside of anything is, can they be good enough come playoff time to have a selling point that we can continue this for another 1 to 3 years?
Yeah, I like that one. I have can they repeat as Cup champions? Is that no? Okay, how many Giannis pieces will we have to read about him being traded to New York? Is that a good one? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, but my
100.
yeah, yeah. My real question is there a Hail Mary trade? Will they do a Hail Mary trade? One last hurrah. So do you know how many picks you have? Future picks two right now?
Right now it's 2, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So 2 picks. You got Kuzma contract. You mentioned Porter's contract. So is there just kind of a Hail Mary trade that they will do to try to keep Giannis, especially if there's like a little bit of a struggle, or if they feel like their team is not going to be competitive enough in the playoffs? So I'm kind of interested to see if that question will be answered, and especially in the first, 40 some, 50 some games before the trade deadline. And if it is, what is that piece they're going to add to their team?
Yeah, I think, if Kuzma's coming off the bench, I think that's probably your best bet to maybe rehabilitate some of his value if he can come in and play 25 minutes and Giannis is off the floor and Kuzma can do some of the grab and go,
Right.
ideally. And if he looks good in that role, I mean, maybe you can play out the season with that, but maybe that gets enough teams interested that you could send him somewhere and bring back a wing player that could actually shoot and play some defense.
Yeah, and I think those 2 picks unprotected, not that you want to do that because who knows, but they will be very valuable. Because teams are going to be like, well, Giannis will be gone by then, and who knows what kind of shamble this team will be in. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, success. What would be a successful season for the Bucks in your mind?
It's got to be, again, for the Bucks. I think it's you got to get out of the first round. Giannis needs to get out of the first round. I know that depending on your matchup, that could be tough.
Yep.
This year, but I think if you're another first round exit in 5 or 6 games, it's like, what move are you going to make again in a down year? What move can you legitimately make to make this remotely a contender again?
Yeah. I have success is keeping Giannis happy. That's it. If that's getting out of the first round, great. If it's making a huge trade that he'll be happy with, that he'll stay another year, awesome. Whatever it is to keep Giannis happy, you keep him happy. And on the Milwaukee Bucks, that is a successful season in my mind.
Agreed.
Yes. Okay, prediction. What do you have for a prediction for the Milwaukee Bucks?
So I just think with their shooting, they'll be able to be a top 6 team. I think I have them as a playoff team.
I have them as a playoff team as well. Anything else with the Bucks?
Just enjoy it. This is year 13 for Giannis, as we talked about. You're probably coming close to reaching that end. So just enjoy it while you can. You're never going to get another player like this on your team. So enjoy each of the games because the dude is amazing. That was my goal for this season. Like, obviously I want them to be good and go deep in the playoffs, but it's like, if this is the last run, like, enjoy it because it's awesome to watch.
I like that message. Real quick, one Hail Mary player that you would like to see the Bucks realistically try to obtain to maybe make this roster more competitive. Is there one that comes to your mind?
I mean, I think the easiest, like, 1-for-1 would be getting Andrew Wiggins, and he's not like oh my gosh, that's earth shattering, but
right.
He could give you some of the defense and the shooting, and he has the size to, you could play him at the 3, and then, hey, you kind of have that short up. Outside of that, I would have to go. I don't know if there's a huge name during the season that would break through, but when we talked about Miami, if things kind of go south and they can, I think Kuzma's a couple million cheaper and 1 less year than Wiggins, and maybe you can pick up a swap or something with that. That might be something you could more easily pull off if you're the Bucks.
Okay, I like it. Okay, man. Well, thanks for your thoughts. Thanks everybody else for watching. Let us know down in the comments down below what you think of the Bucks going, how you feel about the Bucks going into the season and some of the predictions that you have. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel if you like what you're hearing. And thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you guys real soon. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.